The organization, the Association of Manitoba Municipalities, is more than an advocacy group. It is a unified voice of communities, large and small, urban, rural, north, south, east, and west. Your work to bring municipal realities, the situation, to the provincial table is paramount. It translates to lived experience in practical policy and measurable impact. This year's theme, Leadership in Motion, captures exactly what you are. Pragmatic leaders. Leaders that stepped up to make your community and your municipality better. I want to start off also by acknowledging the devastating fires that happened this summer. The monumental work that went into every single community of coming together and working for a better Manitoba. Helping people you didn't know, answering the call, that is what makes Manitoba special. So I want to thank you all for your great work. Now, before I get into the serious stuff, there's one major problem we have. Kathy, Dennis, there was a serious, egregious, unwarranted decision last night to shut down the bar at 9 p.m. It is completely unacceptable, and for no other reason than that, the province must increase your funding so you can keep the bar open till midnight. All joking aside, for those of you that don't know me, I'm a straight talker. I don't pretend like I know everything. I don't tell you what you want to hear and do something later. I am a former Winnipeg Blue Bomber, played in CFL for 10 years, and up until that moment, that was the greatest accomplishment of my life. Before I go on now, I want to publicly shame Adam Grabowski for being a Rider fan. Adam, please stand up and take your licks. It's his birthday today, too. Well, we're not going to sing him happy birthday because he's a Rider fan. Congratulations, Adam, and to all of Rider Nation. There might be one or two other people here. Great year this year. Last night at the Mixer, which was abruptly shut down at 9 p.m., people came up to me again and again and talked to me, and they were hesitant to tell me about the past. And I said, I can only learn as the new leader what has happened in the past. I haven't had the honor of serving for 20 years. I've only been here for 3. So tell me, what does your community want? I realized in my very first meeting of AMM, this is the biggest, largest group of straight shooters in this province. You guys call it how it is. Every community, every leader is advocating for their people. And that's what you're supposed to do. So as a new leader, I'm asking you, I want to hear from you. I want to learn. I want to understand those promises that were made and broken, promises that were fulfilled, and what is your dream for your community? That is my job as a leader and my colleagues that we have here today. I'm not the leader of the past, but I'm the leader of the present, the new era of the PC party. And I have a great group of MLAs that are working with me. MLA Trevor King and Conrad Narth. Yeah, I heard one woo. We got one woo for Trevor King, we got nothing for Conrad. Come on, Conrad. I know many of you have served with him. Neither of these men are known for taking no for an answer, but both of these men are great leaders, great community members, and they love their communities just like you do. That's why they answered the call to become an MLA as well, just like you've answered the call. As PC leader, I'm committing to you to do that going forward. I believe there is a better way in this province. That's why I joined politics in the first place. That's why you all got involved, because you believe there's a better way that you can get your voice heard and changes made. I believe that it should not be a top-down approach, but a collaborative approach, one in which we work and walk hand in hand. When municipalities succeed, Manitoba succeeds. Municipalities deliver the services that keep communities safe, growing, and prosperous. I've also learned and understand that the way the current model is set up is not one set up for equal success, but one that is one-sided, top-down. That still leaves municipalities to fight for scraps at the table, forced to make more cuts, reduce services, handle crime and safety on your own, and left unable to service the needs of your community and your aging infrastructure. I want you to grow and succeed, because when you win, we win as a province. I have heard from every corner of this province the call and need for a long-term, stable funding model. It is dated, the model we have right now. It doesn't reflect the needs of municipalities. It might have worked 20 or 30 years ago, but it's not working today. Communities have changed, so should the formula for funding. Municipalities need reliable and predictable funding that grows steadily alongside Manitoba's economic growth and tax base, not unpredictable shifts from year to year. A modern funding partnership must give municipalities the ability to plan, invest, and build with confidence. I ran on this commitment during my leadership, and I'm going to fulfill that as we go forward. I am committed to implementing a new model with an escalator formula and clause into that new model. I want to create a real partnership with provinces and municipalities. Again, what is good for the municipality is good for the province. A true sharing of percentage PST revenue from day one of a project, not when the project is completed. Your community bears the price and costs of housing, supplies, workforce, infrastructure, usage, and much more, but you don't see the benefit of any of these projects until they're completed. I think that's wrong. I'm committed to changing that. The current process of one level of government taxing another level of government, to me, is wrong. It's counterproductive of where we want to go. Double taxation, taxation upon taxation, is misguided. It doesn't lead to the results we want of a growing, thriving, prosperous province and community. It's stealing from Peter to pay Paul. And then it goes back to Peter and Paul, and you probably get a Patrick in there somewhere as well. Everyone's got their hand on this taxation, and it must stop. Municipalities remitting PST on major projects is a major barrier when it comes to economic growth. Why would the province do this? We are simply hurting growth and development in your community. When we look at how communities can grow and support, we need to support the people living in those communities, and the current model does not allow for that. Municipalities need timely decisions from provincial departments, whether it's licensing, land use approvals, environmental reviews, infrastructure, applications. Municipalities must have answers early enough to plan budgets properly. Delays cost time. They cost money, and they cost you opportunities. Decisions must be made. That's a $5 fine. Decisions must be made within clear timelines so municipalities can move forward. This ties into my model above. If municipalities can approve, develop, and complete projects faster, it will create an environment and desire to succeed. I, as the leader of the PC party and MLAs, are committed to changing that model for your success. When you look at municipalities and funding for specific programs, that needs to be dependable. It needs to be reliable. If something isn't broken, you don't need to change it. You don't need to throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm not a type of leader that thinks I have all the answers or my ideas are always right. If there's an idea in place and it's working, we will continue to use it. There's no need to abandon programs before. The BSC program, as you all know, is not working the way it was years ago. We have to get back to what's working and continue to move forward. When I was in government, I had the honor of being the Minister of Sport, Culture, and Heritage, and we implemented a $100 million arts, sport, and culture and community fund. It was spread across the province. Yes, I got one clap, thank you. Come on, Henry Simmons, you got some money in your community, where are you? You give me a sad little thumb up. $100 million across the province. And I took great honor in that program because the funds were allocated almost 50-50 between held ridings and non-held ridings. Because to me, as a minister, it was most important to get that money into communities that needed it. I know Dennis is coming right now, but Dennis, she saved me like 20 minutes, man. I'm gonna go on, I don't get to talk often. Safety and security is another thing that we have to work on. Our MLAs have brought forward a slew of bills to common sense reforms on safety in our province. If someone breaks into your house and property, you have the right to defend yourself. That was rejected currently. If someone breaks into your house and gets hurt, the liability shouldn't be on you as a homeowner, it should be on the criminal. That was rejected. We brought forward policies to protect your communities. I know when it comes to funding of these programs, communities are tapped. You don't have the money. Thompson, I believe, Kathy, we were talking $7 million they're paying on RCMP contracts above their CSO officers. How is that possibly sustainable for a municipality? It's not. We as the province have to do more. We as a society have to change our legislation to hold those that commit crimes, repeat violent offenders. We have to hold them, not let them out in our communities to cause havoc. Lance Jacobson, I'm sure you're here somewhere. There you are, right here, front row. All right, I like it. You know, what your community is going through and gone through when it comes to crime and drugs and disposing of that equipment, it's unbearable for a community to handle all that. As a leader, as the new leader, I'm committed to making these changes and reforms in our province. I'm going to wrap up with another 30 seconds, Dennis, before you kick me off here. But shocked to know cellular coverage isn't across all of Manitoba. Anyone from Inwood here? Inwood, yes, my Inwood guys. Love Inwood. And the rest of you don't know Inwood? Anyone been to Inwood? You've never called anyone there because they don't have cell phone reception. I was involved in a goose shoot out there the other day, the first time I went out. Amazing community. How do they not have cell phone reception? Infrastructure, highway, roads. I can go on a whole plethora of topics, from watershed infrastructure to crown land acquisition, taxation revenue, from cannabis stores to drainage and irrigation. But unfortunately, I have to stop because Dennis will pull me off the stage. I'll leave it at simply, as the new leader of the PC party, I am fully committed to this journey for the next 20 or 30 or 40 years, however long you'll keep me here. It is a true honor for me to be up here as a leader. It's really a pleasure to get out and meet all of you. I look forward to getting out to all of your communities and working together for a better Manitoba, because I believe Jerry Maguire kind of got it right when he said, "You complete me," but I actually think it's a bit different. I think it's we complete each other. A better municipality is a better province, and that is what we're all striving for. Thank you all very much. Have a great day.